And the same meditation, Mary. Morning, everybody. So this practice I like to do, it's called blessing the speech. Which I think in our world is a very odd thing. You know, so I think if people think of meditating, you would never think of blessing your speech. Why would we do that? You know, we don't even think it's important. But all this, of course, is view. So just motivate first. We're sitting here to do this little practice, to contemplate the meaning of it, to understand the meaning of blessing our speech and why speech is important. But also in the meditation as well, utilizing it to purify our body and mind as well. So it's a very delicious little practice. So I'm thinking we're going to do this practice so we can develop our qualities, so we can help others. That's it. So again, remind ourselves, what do you mean bless your speech? You know, why? Well, I mean, this is the Buddhist point. It's so interesting. We think of it just me, a big lump of me plodding through life, you know. We don't make a distinction between the body, the speech, and the mind. But this is a crucial distinction in the Buddhist view. Because, I mean, practice starts with the body and speech. How can you get to your mind? How can you get to what drives your body and speech if you can't control the body and speech? And why would we want to control the body and speech? Because we want to benefit others and not harm them. But also from a practical point of view, you know, with speech, we need it to survive. We need to communicate. And if people don't like our speech or don't believe our speech, or if our speech is garbage or harmful or not true, then life's a mess, you know. So it's a really powerful practice. But also in the long term, they talk about developing the power of speech. And this is the greatest gift of the Buddha. You know, we can look at Buddha very nicely, he's very beautiful, very handsome. Look at Buddha for 1,000 years and not, what good is that? What good is it? We need to use our speech, you know, and our speech is so confusing, so messy. In the world, we can see it's just beyond belief, the garbage that pours out of mouths. And then, of course, because it expresses itself in words through, you know, through iPads and all these things. So there's just everybody's conspiracy theories and nonsense just vomiting out our mouths, confusing each other and ourselves. It's so appalling, you know. And in general, in our lives, we would never think, why should I control my speech? I'm allowed to say what I like. We say like that. We have no understanding of karma, you know. But every tiny thing we think and do and say leaves seeds in the mind and stays in the mind. So we have to be very cautious. If you were a gardener, you wouldn't just chuck any seeds into the ground, whether they're poison or herbs or flowers. You don't say, oh, I'm allowed to plant what I like. Yes, you are, but you've got to know what you're planting because it brings fruits. And we don't realize that in our culture. We think we're just set in stone, you know, it's very ignorant. So, of course, if you're on the Bodhisattva path and want to benefit others, then you need your speech more than anything. It's the most powerful gift you've got. So you have to make it clear, truthful, non-harmful, powerful, and useful. Very necessary. So we do this in practice. So if you've taken an empowerment, you visualize yourself as that deity straight away. Out of emptiness, you manifest as that deity. If not, you visualize Buddha above your crown, sitting there very beautiful on a throne in a lotus. Show the practice, man. We say this little prayer, this short little prayer. I take refuge in the three rare sublime ones. May I become a Buddha to benefit transmigratory beings. I take refuge in the three rare sublime ones. May I become a Buddha to benefit transmigratory beings. I take refuge in the three rare sublime ones. May I become a Buddha to benefit transmigratory beings. Scroll down to the mantras, Mary, and just have it ready there. Or have it learn to stay, stop there, stop, so I can just remind myself, go back. That's it, yeah. Okay, so now visualize, imagine. These, you know, when we say visualize, just means use your creative imagination and just think something. Of course, if you can see it as well, that's good, but if not, don't worry. Just imagine. Imagine now, on your tongue, is a syllable R. If you look at the words, you can see it there. If you can memorize that Tibetan, otherwise don't worry. Don't worry about it. Just visualize R and A standing on your tongue. Okay, imagine. And it turns into a moon disk. So visualize like a flat white cushion on your tongue. And on top of that is a white Om. And that's surrounded by the white Sanskrit vowels. Pretend you can see them. You obviously don't know them. Surrounding the white Om on the moon disk. Clockwise. And then surrounding the white vowels, going counterclockwise, are the red consonants. And surrounding those going clockwise are the blue syllables of the heart mantra of dependent relation, as Rinpoche calls it. People often say it's the mantra of dependent arising. So imagine all these syllables on your tongue: white, red, blue. And then now you imagine light, the three lights, the three colors, three colored lights from these syllables goes out to all the 10 directions, hooking the energy of the power of speech. As Rinpoche says, beyond samsara, all the Buddhas, bodhisattvas, all the holy beings, all those even on the mundane beings who've got powerful speech, hooking the energy of this blessed speech, powerful speech, and then returning back and dissolving into the syllables, making the syllables on our tongue radiant, powerful, full of the energy of the blessed speech of all the holy beings. Imagine this. All the blessings in the power of the holy speech. Scroll, Mary. And are hooked back into your tongue. There, right there. Imagine that. So powerful. And so now we're going to recite these syllables. And remember, we think, well, what's words? Who cares? Thoughts? Who cares? Because we don't have a sense of cause and effect. We know that if we say words and people hear them, we think that's a result. But if no one, but we don't have a sense of that it's very dynamic of cause and effect, that everything, every sound we make, every thought we have, every action we do it's like sowing a seed. And seeds bring fruits, and the fruits are the results in your mind that ripen in the future as the very person you become and the experiences you have. We are literally the creators of ourselves. This Holiness says, karma is like self-creation. It takes us time to think this view. It's so radically different, When we understand that, we have a much more serious sense of responsibility. Not to waste our actions of body, speech, and mind, because every one counts. We learn to become very conscious, very aware. This is the idea. Not just feeling this hopeless person plodding along life. There's no result, no cause. It's very disconnected. It's a very depressing view we have. So when we do this, we really realize the power. We are creating ourselves. So here with speech, because Sanskrit is said to be a very pure, powerful sound. You have to look into that, not just believe it blindly. All the holy beings say that. So all the mantras, Tibetans have all translated all the teachings from India, but they didn't translate the mantras. They write them in their Tibetan script, but they're the Sanskrit sounds. It's the same now. We say the mantras in Sanskrit sounds. So we bless our speech now, leave imprints by saying these syllables. As we recite the first lot, the white ones, the vowels, we visualize light coming pouring, filling our entire body from the syllables on our tongue. And as we do this, we visualize, we imagine that the nectar, liquid nectar, white, from the syllables, it fills us completely. And what it does first is purify, heal our bodies, the sickness, the pain, the problems, the suffering. Totally purifying our bodies, healing our bodies, but really more powerfully, healing, purifying, washing away all the karmic seeds left in our mind from all the actions we've ever done to harm others since beginning this time. All these karmic seeds purified, annihilated by this radiant, delicious white nectar filling us as we say the syllables. Om a a I I u u ri ri li li e o a ang a swaha. Om a a I I u u ri ri li li e o a ang a swaha. Om a a I I u u ri ri li li e o a ang a swaha. This is different, this one. I I o u ang a. Okay. So now visualize full of this nectar, totally purified your body and purified all the karmic imprints. How amazing. Think how marvelous. When we remember, you see, because we have this view, I'm nothing, I'm nobody, I'm bad, and we do things like this, we think, well, who cares? I'm still a bad person. But what we've got to realize is the mind is infinitely flexible. We can mold it into any shape we like. It's just the accumulation of our, countless past actions, imprints, and tendencies left in our mind. So because they're mind, we can purify them with the mind. Somebody says we create negativity with the mind and we purify it, transform it by creating positivity with the mind. So just thinking these thoughts is like putting atomic bombs under the actions we're imagining purifying. Don't think it doesn't. It's the mind. Don't think, oh, yeah, I just say this. Who cares? I'm still bad. That's how we feel. It's nonsense. Rinpoche says the more confidence you have when you do these positive thoughts of purification, that you are purifying, that is what purifies. What do I understand this? It's the power of our own mind. To be so happy, full of this nectar. All the imprints of all the harm done with your bodies. And now imagine that now your body, whoever sees you, whoever touches you, whoever contact with you, can only be benefited by you. You can't harm others anymore. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that? You have the wish to be that way. Not harm others with your body. And now we recite the consonants. Red nectar pours down, fills our entire body, and this time purifying the speech itself, and all, particularly the imprints left in our mind from all the garbage speech, rubbish speech, speculation, lies, just nonsense speech, made up rubbish that has no basis in reality, harsh speech, abusive speech, disharmonious speech. All done as humans, of course. Humans are the clever ones with their speech. All the imprints left from all these tendencies in countless past lives. But are also ripen as the suffering. So in this life, we might be speaking the truth, but no one believes us. It's because of lying in the past. Maybe we think people don't pay attention to our speech. What comes out of our mouth, people just don't want to listen. It's too boring, That's because of rabbiting on about nothing in the past life. So we purify this. Imagine full of this red nectar, completely purifying all of this. And also making our speech powerful, useful, appropriate. Amazing. Visualize all this as we recite. Om ka ka ga nga cha 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 jana ta 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 dana pa 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 ba ma yara lava sha sha sa haksa swaha. Om ka 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 ga nga cha 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 jana ta 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 dana ta ta da dana pa 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 ba ma yara lava sha sha sa haksa swaha. Rinpoche says, scroll up, Mary. Mary, scroll. See, when saying this, it looks like when saying the first lot, you see, the tip of the tongue should be bent back to touch the roof of the mouth. When saying the second lot, the tip of the tongue should touch the back of the teeth. Okay, we can try. Oh, God. Ta, 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 dana, ta, 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 dana. Yeah, we do it. Pa, pa, ba, ba, ma, yara, lava, sha, sha, sa, hatsa, swaha. Imagine now, purified, full of this red nectar. How amazing. Only now to benefit others. Can you imagine? You see, the trouble is now with our speech, most of the time we talk is just to be seen and heard by other people, to be approved of. You know, there's only two reasons to speak, ever. If you think this, we'd almost never open our mouths. It's quite shocking. There are only two reasons to speak. One is to clarify your thoughts so you're clear what you're thinking, so you can say, be clear, which means the person in front of you needs to listen to your words. And the second reason is to benefit others. That's it. So in our daily life, the real reason to speak is to most people in the street and is to help them be useful. Hello, how are you? Good morning. You know, we'd be silent most of the time, actually. To be happy, purified our speech. How amazing. Now we purify the mind, which is the source of all this nonsense. So as we recite these mantras, blue nectar fills us completely, purifying our mind instantly. All the tendencies left in our mind, the tendencies of eons of habits of ego grasping and attachment and anger and views and no karma and believing in having misconceptions, thoughts that aren't in sync with reality. Purifying all of this, which is the source of what we do with our body and speech. Full of this nectar. Om yedama hetu prabhava hetun teshan tatagato ievedatta shanchayo niroda evam vadi mahashamanaye svaha. Om yedama hetu prabhava hetun teshan tatagato ievedatta shanchayo niroda evam vadi mahashamanaye svaha. Om yedama hetu prabhava hetun teshan tatagato ievedatta shanchayo. Different pronunciations, I'm sorry. Nirada evam vadi mahashamanaye svaha. Purified your mind. Imagine delusion gone, eradicated. And then, of course, when you think about it, what's left? Well, virtuous thoughts, clear thoughts, wise thoughts. And the bonus, the mind is blissful. This is the shocking and fascinating point the Buddha is making. Essentially, Buddha says the cause of happiness is ridding your mind of rubbish. That's it. So simple. It's a joke. Happiness is the natural state of your mind when it's unencumbered by neuroses. This is a fact. That's what Buddha is saying. It's shocking to hear it. It seems so simple. The cause of your suffering is your mind. The cause of your happiness is your mind. And of course, body and speech do the wishes of the mind. So first level is control the body and speech, then control the mind. Then add bodhicitta, and then you become a Buddha. And help others because they want to be happy too. So now you visualize. Go back a bit, Mary. Go back a bit, Mary. Mary, it's not moving. Go back a bit. Thank you, that's it. So now the dependent related mantra syllables, they dissolve. And you visualize now, the blue ones, they dissolve into the red ones on your tongue. And then the red ones dissolve into the white vowels on your tongue. And the white ones dissolve into the Om. And the Om dissolves into the cushion, the white cushion. Moon disc. And then the moon disc turns into an R. Now the R melts into white, kind of pink nectar, white red. They often say it's white with a red kind of, what we call pink nectar, and dissolves into your tongue. And you imagine your tongue, go up now, Mary, Imagine your tongue, remember she says, Mary, what's wrong with it? Why can't you just scroll it down, Mary? What's wrong? Can't do it. Okay, whatever reason. Now stop there. So visualize now your tongue, as Amazon says, becomes very heavy and strong, as if difficult to move, and as indestructible as a vajra. Nothing can harm or take away the power of your mantras, your speech. When they talk about black foods, never mind that, you know, they say like that, but you have confidence, strong confidence that all the blessings and the power of the speech of all the Buddhas, all the Bodhisattvas, the sages and yogis have entered your speech, and your speech has been perfected. I have perfected my speech. Think that. Now, the second anyone hears your speech, they're benefited. Can you imagine this? Even saying good morning, one kind word to one person can be transformative. So have the wish to have powerful speech. And how do you get it? First, by being quiet. Shut your mouth. Don't speak. And just vomit out of fear and trying to be a nice person. Be quiet. Be silent. Not passive aggressive. Shut your mouth. Second, don't say negative words. Don't say untrue words. Don't speculate. Don't rabbit on. Don't say harsh words. Don't talk bad things about people behind their backs, which is what we mostly do. So be silent, all of this. So be silent and then consciously refrain, consciously, intentionally refrain from speech that's negative, speech that's harmful, speech that's not true, speech that's not clear, because you mislead people, not to mention harm yourself. And then third, how to get powerful speech, say mantra. It's powerful Sanskrit sounds. Purify, bless your speech, but also say positive words. You know, talk to yourself. You're at home quietly, say good words. Say the words. I am doing well. I am rejoicing in my practice. I am doing well. Say your practice out loud. Say the words out loud. Bless your speech and your mind. Because your speech is connected to the subtle wind and that subtle body. So you can purify your body with speech, with pure speech. When you understand the Vajrayana model, you know, so powerful, so delicious. Become conscious. We have to become conscious, intentional. So we're happy now. We've done this practice, gone like a dream, 25 minutes or something. So now we made a little bit of extra meditation. You've got the Buddha above you, and or you've manifested as a deity yourself. So if you imagine the Buddha, we imagine the Buddha now melts into our body, comes inside us, okay? And we imagine the energy of the body, speech, and mind of the Buddha, and the body, speech, and mind of the Guru, I forgot the Guru, and the body, speech, and mind of our own self, all merge, becoming the same thing. Imagine this. And if you're actually seeing yourself as a deity, you disappear, you dissolve into light. You imagine everything dissolving into light. So you imagine as vast as the universe. Oneness with the energy of the body, speech, and mind of the Buddha, Dhamma, body, Guru and Buddha. So now just imagine expanding to fill the universe. Okay. No thoughts. Just kind of space out. No thoughts. And now, because of your bodhicitta, you think, you know, I must be back in my body again so I can help others. The reason to have a body and speech, think this. This is how you think like a bodhisattva. The only purpose of having a body and speech is to be of benefit to others. So, of course, we've got to use it to benefit ourselves first, because we're all a bunch of neurotics. So, practice virtue, pure speech, kind speech, beneficial speech, no harmful speech, no harmful actions. This is practice. First level of practice, at least don't harm others. Eventually we can benefit others. One step at a time. Now we delight. We've done this practice. Purified our minds, purified our body, purified speech. Make a decision for how much the rest of the day is to do exactly this. Nang trup sem chogram poche ma ke panam ke yu chig ke panyam pa me pa yang gong ne gong du pa ba shog ge wa di nudu da glama sange drup gyo ne drawa chik kyang malu pa de sala go pa shog. So listen, I want to say, I have to say, I've noticed a couple of people have come to me and asked about practice as a result of having taken Yamantaka here. People don't know what the commitments are. They have never heard of succession guru yoga. They don't know what to do. And I don't know much, and I can't, because I'm not a tantric yogini, but I can give advice. And anybody who wants to, I think we have to set up a date, have to work it out in the Gompa here, people who are in Santa Fe or online, and we go through the succession yoga very simply. The succession guru yoga practice very simply, okay, in a very simple way. I can't give you any deeper information. We can go through so you know what the hell you're doing. It's so important. People have no idea, you know, you take this amazing empowerment, so you don't know what you're doing. It's so sad. So if you want to do this, we discuss Mary, I don't know who, discuss it with Lou or something. We find out a time, work it out. I don't know who we're supposed to talk to organize this. Venerable Dondra. Huh? Okay, so discuss it with Venerable Dondra, please. Lou, talk to him, say what I've said. If he's agreeing with that, to do that in one session while I'm here, online and in the Gompa. Those who want, do you understand? Yes. Maybe ask him to talk to me about it. We can then decide, okay? So if you just, we'll see, we'll let you know what Venerable Dondra says. Okay, people? Thank you so much. Goodbye. Thank you, Anna. Good morning, Anna. Good morning, Anna.
Good morning, Venerable. Good morning.
Okay, sweethearts.